the PHNX Sun Show. This is the PHNX Coyotes postgame show, and somehow this team has won more than the Suns in the last week. Oopsie. Coyotes finally snap. The long losing streak. It's over. Maybe not what we want already with a first sigh of the night. Thank you so much for tuning in to the PHNX Coyotes postgame show, brought to you by the one and only DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't forget to hit that like button on this video while you're watching. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and leave us a 5-star review. I'm Leah Merrill here with Steve Peters, and Craig Morgan will be joining us live from Mullett Arena shortly, but I don't think this is how we saw this one going.
I think you need to go right to the vaguely sober super chat because it sums it up.
This is not the tank we were looking for. Thank you, Vaguely, by the way. We appreciate it.
I think since Chris Peters was on the show, we are fully on board for the tank again. We went off the tank train for a minute, for a few little bit. We went off it because we said, they're going to be good. We said playoffs on this show. We did. Then they lose 9 in a row and we go, okay, figured it out. We got it. We're back on track. Connor Bedard lights up the world. He's phenomenal. He's in a Kachino. Done deal. Let's go. Full on tank. Blackhawks down to the wagon that is the Buffalo Sabres 3-1. Come back and win. And we go, they're karma. Stupid. They just came back from a 3-1 deficit to win. Well, the Coyotes are trailing 3-1. So what do you not do when you're trailing 3? You don't come back. You could get within 3 points of... Chicago's ahead by 11 points. Now it's 3. Yeah. Could have been 3.
It could have been 3. Literally, there was we were watching that overtime. And except for Sean, we were cheering. Yay, Blackhawks. Because there it was. Yeah. It was right in their grasp. It was right there.
And then you go, gosh, here's a perfect night for the tank. And I know everybody gets... But we keep it close. They made it 3-2. Fun, exciting. Great. Pull the goalie, keep it close.
Or even 3-3 and then Detroit, scores late.
I'm sorry. I just get so excited about Connor Bedard. That's all.
I know.
And I know people want to win games. I understand it. And there were so many good individual efforts tonight. And the Mullett magic is back, and they didn't set a record for most consecutive losses.
I know. I was ready to break out that stat tonight.
All of these things are true. And you know what? They did. Did they play better, though? Or did they just play a team that wasn't very good tonight?
That's a good question. And I feel like...
They were outshot in the first period?
Well, I feel like we should look. Should we just look at the numbers?
Let's go to the numbers.
Because you can kind of get a sense of what's going on here. Once again, the shots on goal. I mean, in the first period, the Coyotes were outshot 17-7 by Detroit. In the second period, 13-4. So through 2 periods, the shots were 30-11.
30-11.
30-11.
We were watching in the third period. The Coyotes had fewer shots. 5 minutes ago in the game. 5 minutes ago in the game, the Coyotes had fewer shots than Detroit had in the first period. And they won. If that isn't a Coyote ending, it's so Coyote.
It is the Coyotes way. I can't even say enough how much it is the Coyotes way. Coyotes power play, still nada. 0 for 2. Red Wings, 1 for 3. And then giveaways, I mean, these aren't even fully and these are right from NHL.com. Yeah, they're never fully accurate, but it still highlights a disparity, 14-4, and I guess not in favor of the Coyotes, but on the Coyotes side there, 14 giveaways for the Coyotes, 4 for Detroit. So just a completely lopsided, unexpected numbers, if you ask me. I'm going to crack open my 4 peach.
I just have cracked open my first peach, by the way.
He's never had the peach.
Golden ale, so here we go.
Live on the show, Petey's reaction to peach, my favorite.
Oh, it's very subtle. Very subtle peach. I was expecting overwhelming peach, so I can actually go with that.
Good.
So we talked about Detroit playing Colorado Avalanche yesterday and going, they had a fly. Arizona's rested. This could be their winnable game. And you expected the first period, and it just didn't happen.
No.
First period did not happen for this team. If not for Connor Ingram in that first period, this is 3-0 Red Wings, and this game is over. Connor Ingram in the first period was absolutely lights out. And if you saw Craig's tweet, he stopped a lot of pucks in his last 5 starts.
A lot of pucks, and I'll read it right from Craig's Twitter. In Connor Ingram's past 5 starts, he stopped 158 of 170 shots.
What's fire.
What's math? 170 divided by 5?
I don't know.
That sounds like a lot.
It's better than 91, which is above average, so it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was good. He since his first start was poor, but we talked about the travel and all the things he had to go through.
By the way,
and he was great. He was great again tonight. Tracked the puck incredibly well. You look at that Larkin goal, the first one of the game. It's a tip from the on the power play, but no chance on that. I thought Ingram was solid tonight and made big saves down the stretch in the third period when this could have been a 4-3 Detroit win. He was very good. He is getting better every time he plays. And I thought early when he got his starts, it was like, gosh, I'm not sure about this kid. I don't know if he's the guy, but he's been great.
Yeah, he really has. And it's funny. I think at one point tonight, and I don't even remember in the game when I said this, but I said he's having a veggie night. And it's kind of interesting and Veggie's been better in his last couple starts, but as Veggie's kind of gone through this time, like Connor Ingram really has stepped up and kind of been that steady force that the Coyotes need to have in the back end. And he's been that. And I think someone in our Discord made the comment too, just like ever since Veggie struggled, Connor Ingram really stepped up.
Yeah, and that's what happened with Wedgie last year. Exactly what you said. That was the difference when Veggie needed to take a step back and get some rest and maybe work on his game a little bit. Wedgie was able to step up, and now Connor Ingram's able to do that now. So I think that's huge for this team because their goaltending, I mean, face reality. The goaltending on this team needs to be very, very good if they're going to get wins. If you're
only going to shoot 7 shots in the first and 4 in the second,
it's not going to work.
You have to have good goaltending. And I mean, Detroit, like I don't know much about their goaltending. I'd never heard of who their goalie was. And it wasn't, I'm not saying it was all him or anything tonight, but this isn't like Andre Vasilevsky.
Well, give up 3 and 15 isn't great, right?
No, it's not good. But you can't only have however many shots on goal they finished with, which I can't even remember now. But you can't have that end.
No, but it's continual for this team. And it is a fear because we keep talking about what happens when they're ready to get through the tunnel and start winning. You're going to have to start working. One of the things they got to work on is shooting the puck. I'll give you an example. We watched, according to Tyson Nash, the most exciting overtime period in the history of hockey. The first 4 minutes. Well, 3 minutes and 56 seconds. For the first 3 minutes and 56 seconds of a 5-minute overtime, how many shots were there, Leah?
0.
Like, you know how hard that is to have 0 shots on 3 on
3? There's so much ice. And I will say, I'll give the Coyotes credit. They had possession the majority of the overtime.
Yeah, but we have points for possession.
If we can look at the possession stats, they had it. They didn't even let Detroit touch the puck. So if their goal was to just get through overtime to get to the shootout, they did that.
But shoot, they had Detroit players so tired, a minute and 50 whatever into overtime. They were standing up straight. They were so tired. And then the Coyotes took the puck back behind their own net and let Detroit change. What? Go at them. Attack them. They were exhausted. They had no gas in the tank. And I thought that's where the Coyotes are going to win the game. But they didn't. So that displayed their inability to shoot the puck. At some point, this team has to understand they got to shoot the puck. When they get across the blue line, shoot the puck. Power play, shoot the puck. And the power play hasn't scored consistently for a very long time. No. And considering how they started off the first 12, this power play's just got to start shooting the puck. And so I think when we're consistently seeing this team shoot in the 20s, they're going to have to make that a priority at some point. We're past the midway point. They're going to have to start shooting the puck a little more.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I'm being so grumpy on this.
We're literally those people on the glass going, shoot. That's us. Someone said, can they trade Ingram now? I know this is like the shtick every time someone has a good game. Well. And then Kenny said, we would trade the water boy for assets if we could.
Bill is up there right now. What do you think Bill was going under his breath when they're down 3-1? And he's got the ticker going on his phone. Chicago wins. You think he's going, oh, darn.
I mean, if we're watching the Blackhawks overtime,
Bill's watching.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so I don't think the tank was on track tonight.
It wasn't.
And come when we're all sitting in Nashville at Tootsie's and we're wondering why the Coyotes are picking 5th, it's nights like this why the Coyotes are not picking.
Yeah, it's just hard. I just feel bad being this negative when this team hasn't won in 10 games. Their last win was December 29th against
the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Hey.
Can you believe their last win was Toronto?
Did you know that the Coyotes swept the Toronto Maple Leafs?
I heard that somewhere. I don't know if they've lost in regulation to that team in Toronto since 2002. That's 20 years.
Yeah.
Just in case people are keeping score at home.
Did you know that the last time that they beat, or the last time the Yotes lost in regulation to the Toronto Maple Leafs in Toronto was the same day that Matthew Knies was born?
Yes, that's my favorite fun fact ever.
Unbelievable stats. So their last win was Toronto.
In 2022. It was last year if you want to be one of those annoying people.
I will say this, and I'm sorry, not sorry about saying the tank, because I do understand the importance of this pick. I really do. And I also understand how little these games will mean 4 months from now in the whole scheme of things. But if you watch how that team competed in the last period, in the last 10 minutes, wow. Like, they want to win. We talked about the coaching staff and the players. They showed Bear's face, Coach Cerny's face, after it was 3-1, and he was so dejected on the bench.
I know.
They really, pissed. They live and die on wins. And I tell you what.
I feel bad. I was feeling bad.
And they came back and they worked incredibly hard. And it's individual efforts that help them do that. Like some really good individual efforts. And one of those was by Minnesotan Nick Bjugstad. By the way, outstanding effort by Nick tonight. But I'll just leave it at that. Because how is he not the king, by the way?
Well, we haven't said who the king is. It could be him.
It could be.
You never know. But yeah, I was just thinking, like, I don't think this team last year could come back from being down 3-1.
They couldn't have. This team last year, remember, they would just continually decline and deteriorate as the game went on. And if they were behind after the first, it was absolutely over. And as a matter of fact, if they were behind by the first, it was going to collapse. This year's team, it's just different.
Yep.
And I will say this too about the future. This is a good sign. And it's good because they don't quit. And you see teams that learn how to lose. I know this team is not going to make the playoffs, and I know they're going to be at the bottom of the standings, but they are not learning how to lose. They're learning how to compete late in games. And I think that's incredibly important for the young players like Guenther, and seeing what this is like in Mosier and guys that are going to be there like Krause and Keller, that you continue to compete until the buzzer goes.
Yeah.
And I think it's really important that you don't learn how to lose.
Yeah, totally. I totally agree. And in this 9-game losing streak, it wasn't 7-2. Like, there was the last 2 losses were 1-goal losses. So you have to give credit where credit is due. Well, I think we should crown our king, Petey. And then we can get to everyone else. And Kenny just guessed it right in the chat. Ingy for king. That was also the discourse in the Discord as well. And that is right.
The discourse in the Discord.
Yep. Connor Ingram is tonight's DraftKings king of the game. Kingy, as Sean so eloquently put it. He had 37 saves on 40 shots for a .925 save percentage tonight. And that's, of course, in 65 minutes because it was great.
He game-saving saves, gets them through the first period. They survived the first period because of Ingram. Gets them the late saves in the third period. If not for him, they don't win this game. I will say I still voted for you, Nick Bjugstad.
You give him a vote whether or not he does anything.
But buddy.
No, he's in the conversation.
Okay.
He's in the conversation. Because Nick Bjugstad, he had his 11th goal of the season tonight. Yep. An amazing shot off of the rebound of Chikrin's shot. And then he scored in the shootout. And I know you don't get credit for that, but his shot in the shootout was unbelievable. So he's somebody who continues to, if we're being realistic and talking about the trade deadline, like with what he's been able to produce in the role that he's playing, and not just that, the veteran presence he provides, like, I don't know, Petey. Like, I don't know if he's going to be here in April. I don't.
I'm worried. And this is all the things you mentioned are things that when you're running for a long playoff series and it's a 2-month race.
And center
you
depth,
need guys
and
like him.
Center depth in this league is like so hard
I'm
to
worried.
come by. Yeah.
And that's the fear of all of these players that are playing better. And we talked about that with Chikrin. We talked about it with Bjugstad. You worry about those guys still being here. And I want to go back to something Bees said a little bit about winning. And winning occasionally is still important to keep the culture intact. And that's what I meant by the team can't learn how to lose. And losing can't be an everyday acceptable thing, because once it becomes acceptable in the locker room to lose, then losing is okay. And then you become losers. So you're right. It is, this team competes it is important that they get a win once in a while. You could see it in Bjugstad's interview between the second and the third, how important it was for the team to get a win. If they win 1 out of every 10
if they win
down the
this
stretch,
one and then they lose another 5, like just for the morale, and I know,
I agree.
Like you can make the argument, oh, these guys are getting paid millions of dollars to like play a game, but just think about if you're going through like a rough time at work, but then it's that for weeks. I mean, December 29th. That was weeks ago. Like that's just a long time to kind of be going through this misery. So,
it is.
So I feel I'm happy.
On the other side, though, blatantly asinine. Great for the culture. Here comes the 5th pick, because this loss lasts for 24 hours, or this win. The first overall pick lasts for a decade or more.
Yeah.
It is hard to put in perspective. I get it.
It's so hard to be.
Their life is miserable. Their life is like when you go to work and have a bad day at work. You don't. Some people's jobs depend on winning and losing, salesmen but most people go to work and you have a bad day and you go home. When you're losing, your whole life sucks. It sucks to go to work, sucks to go to the rink, sucks to be at home. It sucks to go anywhere because everybody's bitching about the loss. It just sucks. Yep. So getting a win, I think, was really important.
Absolutely. And if you bet on the Coyotes to win today, you would have made yourself some money. They were underdogs.
Sean.
Yeah, Sean's face at one point during the game, and I'll give him his credit because he did say it. I should live bet the Coyotes right now when they were down 1-0. When they were down 1-0, he said it.
Should have bet him.
And then he actually picked up his phone when they were down 3-2 to do it, and RTV was like 10 seconds behind the DraftKings Sportsbook app because that's just how up to date DraftKings is.
Yep.
And he missed his opportunity, which is a bummer.
Don't forget that I also made mention of live betting the Chicago Blackhawks when they were down 3-1 at plus 900.
Yeah, so Sean is feeling upset. You really got to capitalize on DraftKings. And I will say, though, a plug for those of you who are watching PHNX Bets Daily today. Sean was on, and we chatted a little bit about this game. And I said, I don't know, I think this could be a winnable game for the Coyotes. And Johnny Venerable, co-host of that show, just tweeted at me, you told me they would win, Leah, and they did. #nice. So giving out winners on PHNX Bets Daily. And if you want to win yourself some money on the DraftKings Sportsbook app, you can do so right now. All new and existing customers can take a shot at an even bigger payout with DraftKings stepped up same game parlays. Boost your NFL winnings with each leg you add up to 100%. All the divisional matchups are this weekend in the NFL. It's going to be a blast. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code PHNX. New customers can bet $5 on the NFL divisional round and get $200 in free bets instantly. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with code PHNX. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. And we already talked about we're drinking our Four Peaks Peach Golden Ale.
Yep.
Now that you're in it a little bit, love it?
Love it. Yeah.
I love it. It's
I can't believe I would.
I can't believe it either. And I will say, we still are out of kilt lifter in our office because Petey did go looking.
I did. And I went for kilt lifter and there wasn't one.
Yeah. So if you want to try peach, if you've never tried it before, give it a try.
It's, you know what? It's not overwhelmingly
It's not.
fruity.
It's not.
Okay.
So anywhere you buy beer, you can find it. Try it. Let me know what you think. It's obviously my favorite. And we'll be out at Four Peaks next week, actually, because last Wednesdays are back. Join us at the A Street Pub on January 25th. We'll be there live and in person. We may or may not be outdoors, PD.
Seriously?
Yeah. It's
that nice?
It's that time of year. We're the first show to go live at 11. So come hang out with us. Enjoy $3 beer specials. Come say hi to us. And you must be 21 or older to drink, but you can come any age to the A Street Pub. All right. Without further ado, he's here making fast time. Craig. Hello. Oh. Hey. Hello.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Good.
How are you?
Doing great.
OGs? That's the OGs entrance?
No OGs. How do you like my filter tonight?
I like it. It's looking good.
Do you have makeup on?
No, I didn't.
Doesn't it look like it?
Didn't see Maddie McConnell before the game, so I couldn't get the makeup. But
So what do you think?
I'll use the filter instead.
What do you think, Craig?
I got a lot of thoughts. So it was 3-1. The Blackhawks had just won in overtime, and I was thinking, wow, it's going to be a 3-point deficit for worst overall in the NHL. And then they came back and won, and I was like, stupid Coyotes. And then I thought, you know what? 9-game losing streak. These poor guys. They've suffered enough. They've had some chances. They probably deserved a better fate in a couple of those games. So good for them to get a good feeling in the room, right?
God, that's exactly.
Craig just said what we've said for 20 minutes.
It took us 20 minutes.
30 seconds.
Shit, we could have been halfway home by now if we would have just done it that way. That's exactly the first 20 minutes of our show.
Thanks for your analysis, Craig. We'll talk.
Yeah, good talk. Thanks for coming out. So who'd you talk to, Craig?
We talked to Connor Ingram and Travis Boyd. Travis Boyd, of course, scored the huge goal that got them.
We haven't talked about him yet.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a really big goal in the game because after Detroit went up 3-1, everybody's like, "Uh-oh, here we go. This is 10 straight losses. This is going to tie the franchise record, Jets or Coyotes, for longest losing streak." And then Travis Boyd got that goal, and it energized them. And
it was a nice shot too.
It was a great individual effort.
Yep, agreed. And then Dylan Guenther ties it about a minute later. And, for long stretches, I thought the Coyotes dominated the rest of the third period. They had the puck for like the first 3 minutes of overtime with Detroit never touching it. And then they win in the shootout. And I'm sure you've talked about him as well, and we need to talk about him more. Connor Ingram was terrific tonight. He was terrific tonight.
Yeah, but consistently been terrific over his last several starts now. Yeah, last five. Now. Like he's
Yep.
And this is what we said, Greg. Like he is replacing what Wedgwood did a year ago. And I don't know, the numbers that Veggie has put up over his last 5 starts, Ingram's have been better. So we'll see what happens. I'm not going to start guessing goalies. It's going to be Veggie's job, but so I won't predict goaltenders. But Ingram was outstanding.
Well, I talked to Andre Tournier about that very thing after the game tonight, and look, the stretch that they're in, we talked about this on the last show, where they're probably going to need to play Connor Ingram a little more anyway because the schedule is just brutal until the All-Star break. Andre said that's part of it, but the other part of him having the confidence to do it is Connor Ingram's played well in his last 5 starts. So I could see these guys, just alternating the rest of the way to the break because when Ingram's doing what he's doing, last 5 starts, .928 save percentage, 158 saves and 170 shots. Yeah, you could put him in there. Travis Boyd said it tonight as well. Like he said, we talk a lot about Karel Vejmelka. He probably gets all the attention, but these last several starts now, Ingy's played well. He made a lot of big saves, and he stopped. He said, a lot of big saves tonight. He kept us in the game, and that was the truth. I mean, being down 3-1, you thought, okay, maybe it's over, but it could have been a lot worse early in this game. This game could have been over much earlier with the way the Coyotes were getting outshot, partly because they just refused to shoot the puck.
Yeah, we again. You must listen to our show before you come on because we have a big.
Well, I know you had mentioned in your tweet too, like the shot selection, and obviously it's been no secret that the Coyotes are consistently outshot at almost every single game. Yeah. But like, have you talked to Coach Tourney about the lack of shots on goal and getting severely outshot?
I didn't talk about it tonight because they won the game and we wanted to focus on that line of questioning, but it's worth a follow-up on one of those off days at practice. Hey, what's up here? Why are you guys passing up so many shooting opportunities? At least they did in the first 2 periods. They didn't in the third and overtime.
Yeah. Different team in the third, and this team just gets better as the game goes on, which we haven't seen in a Coyote team in a while. So again, it's we talked about it. We look for individual efforts tonight, and it was Ingram, it was Krause with 3 assists, It was Bjugstad with 2 points, Guenther with his first 5-on-5 goal.
I know.
There were so many little things, and Travis Boyd with an incredible individual effort to score. So there were a lot of good things again tonight for this team, and ultimately they get the win. And to everyone's point, you're right. They've lost 9 in a row. It is hard emotionally going to work every day when you're losing all the time. So I think we can give them this one.
Yeah.
Little bit of breaking news on the Lawson Krause front, by the way. Not about the beard.
I was just going to say,
as
shaving?
I was walking through the hallway to come back, I saw Claire, and she said, Craig, you need to talk to Lawson the next time you see him because it's not me pushing for the second Frenchie now. It's Lawson pushing for the second Frenchie. Wow. So looks like Butter's going to have a buddy at some point soon.
When they get that dog, it is coming in the studio.
That is breaking news right there.
Breaking.
We can get to the point where we have like 17 Frenchies on this team.
This is Arizona Sports Writer of the Year, Craig Morgan, with the big breaking news.
That is breaking news. You heard it here first.
I worked hard for that. talk to a lot of sources to get that.
Wow.
I gotta say, like my stomach like did a flip for a second. I was
You're
like,
so excited. What's the
when
news?
you're like, I saw him in the hallway. I was like, he was
Uh-oh.
limping.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, good for Kraus though.
Yeah.
3 assists.
Just don't shave.
Quietly,
shave.
3 assists.
Yeah,
And
now he's a playmaker. Matthias Michelli's gone, so Lawson Krause has shifted from goal scorer to playmaker. Sure.
Yeah.
Seamlessly.
Yeah, that pass off the post. Yeah, exactly.
Wild.
Exactly. Wow, no, good. I'm glad for Guenther too, and just what we're
good to see he can get it done 5-on-5.
It's
too.
funny you mentioned Michelli. We haven't talked about Michelli in a while. Like, at some
how
point,
long's it been?
we'll have to get another update on where he is. Matthias Michelli.
Oh yeah, him.
Him.
I know who he is.
Used to be up for the Calder Trophy.
The timeline was, right after the All-Star break, he might be looking to come back. So I haven't heard anything different, but I will certainly look into it as we head to the All-Star break. I'll have a neutral zone right before we go into the All-Star break.
So barring trades, Craig, at some point the 11-7 is going to have to be looked at, because if Michelli comes into the lineup,
Well, I
We'll
mean,
see.
there's a certain guy who's not really contributing much.
Is his name
the floor
Zach
bar.
Cassian?
Yes.
Oops.
does it rhyme with
I was gonna do the whole rhyme thing.
Does
and I
his name
couldn't
rhyme with
think.
Cass Zakian?
Yes.
Whoops.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
would be the guy.
But and I'm sure we talked about over and over and over and over and over. Trades are coming. Like we keep saying, trades are coming. As Bjugstad raised his trade, does Gossesbear name come up? Is Chikrin going to be wooed to stay at home, or is he going to be pushed out of the desert? All kinds of stuff yet to come.
I'm sorry, Petey, you blew my eardrums when you pounded on the table.
Yeah, with your ring.
I know. Well, it's better than cowbell.
Yeah, true.
Not better than the cowbell. I could have rung the cowbell tonight.
True.
Yeah, for a bit, for a couple of minutes.
Could have been 3 points.
I know we
Okay, I'm
It
over
could have been
I'm
3
over it.
points from
But,
Columbus too.
The bright spot is, though, I think this is Chicago may win some games. now.
Chicago has
They're
played
playing
2
better
fewer.
hockey.
They
Yeah.
played 2 fewer games than the Coyotes too. So if they win those 2 games,
If they win one of them, they're
Yeah.
close. I think Chicago's playing better hockey right now. That I've said all along from day one, Chicago is a better hockey team. I might have been wrong because I didn't know the Coyotes were going to play this well together. I still think Chicago has more talented players. The Arizona Coyotes play better as a team. So there's a little bit of distinction there, but Chicago's got some really, really, really good hockey players still, and they're going to get some more wins. So now that they've started to win, they are going to win more games. So this is going to be a race for the basement.
I just ran 5 tankathons in a row.
Oh my God.
And the Coyotes got 5th or 6th every time until
Just now.
now they got first.
First.
So I always do it till I get first to see how many times.
5th, 5 times.
Yeah. 5th,
Florida's second on
5th,
Montreal's
6th,
5th.
5th, 6th, 5th, 6th.
Gotta keep
first.
climbing.
And I will say this, not only the best news of that, Craig, is that Arizona's first, which is the best news. Guess where Chicago picked in her latest simulation?
Hopefully, like 32nd.
5th.
I know that's not possible.
5th.
Yeah, that's
Love it.
Will
fine.
Smith, you are.
Will Smith.
If the Arizona Coyotes are picking first and Chicago is picking 5th, yes, please. I'm telling you this, me and DP will have our cowboy hats on and we'll be strutting down Broadway doing the ho-si ho or whatever
You're
you
doing
call
that
it. Do-si-do.
no matter where they're picking.
Yeah, but if it's 1st and 5th, buddy, well, boy howdy, get ready, Tootsies,
I won't be
because we're
walking
coming.
with you.
You won't?
I will not be walking.
Are you going to
with
get a cowboy hat
No.
in Nashville?
No.
Are you going to wear
Seriously?
boots?
No.
I had boots at one point. I don't anymore. I'm not wearing boots.
I am anti-boots, but
It's
I
a lot of
will
walk-ins.
fuck up a cowboy hat.
So I'm going
I'm
tennis
gonna
shoes,
look
but DP and I are full on cowboy
I
hats.
will fuck up a cowboy.
Get ready, Nashville. Here we come.
Here we come. PD sends me videos of Tootsies like once a week. He's like,
this
"Get
happened
ready."
to Tootsies. And like I don't think people realize like Tootsies is as wide as this room. Like Tootsies is tiny.
Tiny, yeah.
It's
tiny.
long, but it
Yeah.
is tight. And you walk in there and you go, what? Like
Well,
this is what we're talking
Let
about?
them know the PHNX is coming.
Yep,
we're coming.
We're
You know
coming.
what isn't tiny though? Love and Exile.
Love and Exile.
True.
Plenty of space there, buddy.
Well,
True.
I imagine
Space
from
there.
what we've
might
heard
have
of,
to go up on the wall of shame.
I would imagine what we've heard of Love and Exile, a little different vibe than Tootsie's Orchid Lounge.
Not so much. I mean, you saw the wall of shame where guys shotgun cans of wine, and NHL players shotgun cans of wine, smash them, mount them on the wall, and write their name on it. I think Jack Eichel's up there like 3 times. So no, it's.
I love just
Okay.
Petey shotgun a can of wine.
Can I do the Johnny style like this?
Oh, that'll never.
Sorry, Johnny. Sorry, Johnny.
Sorry, Johnny.
His kids are in bed by now. He's not listening.
Hang on. I got to adjust my microphone. Hang on. I'm good.
Wow, that's fire. It's true though, but it's fire.
My goodness.
Okay, Love and Exile. I'm in. Yeah, I will. Are you gonna shotgun a can of wine?
Right next to you, buddy.
All right,
Hell
buddy.
yeah. All right.
Heard it here
See you
first.
there.
Again, more breaking news.
Oh,
PHNX.
all right, Craig. Anything else before you head out?
Look at this. I watch you guys for the Hawks slander.
And they have a Blackhawks logo as their photo. Thank you, Favor, as well.
For the Blackhawks slander. Buddy, fate versus... we are trying, buddy. We're trying for the tank. Let's go. We'll see. I think Chicago's better than us. I just do. Sorry.
There's lots of time now, and I do think they're playing better. Like, again, it was a heartbeat away, but this was the game that I pointed to on the schedule and said they were going to win. They've got some tough games coming up, but they also have a critical couple of games with the Anaheim Ducks, so they need to go down in those.
Two.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Last thing, Leah, before I head out, excited about the show tomorrow. We're going to talk a lot of Caps, a lot of OV, and I have one of those types of stories that really defines why I'm in this business. I'm going to say it now. I got to write an oral history of Alex Ovechkin's goal that he scored in his rookie year at not Gila River. It was just Glendale Arena at the time, on his back. And it's not just me saying this. It's Alex Ovechkin himself calling that his favorite goal of his NHL career. So I talked to a lot of people who were there to see it. And it was a blast to write it. Leah got a chance to look at it, ripped it apart, edited it, put it back together, and made it make sense. And it'll run tomorrow.
I have to say,
the list of people that he talked to on this is, I won't say it. It's very impressive.
and I have to say, reading this, and I was there. I was a fan in the crowd, and you were obviously there. And like reading this story, it just is one of those where you get completely transported, and just so many different points of view, like something that you can't even imagine. It's an unbelievable story. I can't wait for everybody to read it, Craig. It's very, very good.
Thank you. I had a blast writing it, and thank you for editing it for me, Leah.
No worries. I have some more notes for you tonight when you get home.
And Petey, just so you know, I have a story running on Alex Ovechkin tomorrow.
I know. I was just thinking, in my mind, I was going, well, did he send me a copy and I didn't get edited, or did he not? Like I said, I better shut up because I have no idea, because I rarely pay attention.
And we should also mention that tomorrow we'll be live at 11 a.m. on the PHNX Sports YouTube channel with a special guest, the Athletics Washington Capitals reporter Tariq El-Bashir, who is did I say that correctly, Craig?
Yep.
Is the one who Alex Ovechkin told that was his favorite goal, which is what sparked Craig to write this. So we'll get to talk to him, about the Capitals season. Darcy Kemper is like Washington Capital. That's something that I think I forget, and some others might forget too, and just kind of see what's been going on with the Caps. So
here we go.
It's going to be a fun one tomorrow, and we're waiting. We're seeing those hints drop on that jersey that could drop any day now. We're on alert. We got you. So we hope you join us live tomorrow at 11 a.m.
All right, guys. I will see you tomorrow.
All right, Craig.
Yep.
See ya.
Can't wait.
All right. Well, I will say the story is
I know
amazing. And the art,
I swear,
amazing.
I wasn't sure if I read it or not.
It was
or
very
got sent
good.
to me.
No,
He
no,
didn't.
no.
send
It
to me.
was very
Can't
good.
wait.
Yeah.
Can't wait. And I won't give away the sources and the people he talked to, but it is a pretty good list of people.
It's very significant.
Very significant.
Yes.
Is fair to say.
So become a diehard so you can have access to all of Craig's diehard level stories. It's so worth it. I will say.
Is that a diehard story?
You know what?
I don't know if it is.
I don't know if it is.
He might not on that.
But it's worth it for the stories that are unreal, and not just his. Gerald, Jesse, they're phenomenal. And becoming a diehard gets you a ton of stuff too. You get 20% off on merchandise. Like I'm wearing this PHNX hoodie. You're wearing your Cody, your black Cody. 20% off on events. If you were out at the PHNX tea party, we had a blast on Friday night. 20% off on that as well. So lots of perks to becoming a diehard. Join the family. Join our Discord as well. It's a blast in there. So check out gophnx.com. Jeez. /diehard. I was reading diehard and .com at the same time to join the family. And, you know, if you want to make yourself some extra money, an underdog fantasy draft tonight would have been fun. There was a lot going on in this game where you really could have won yourself some money.
Under on shots in overtime, maybe?
Yeah. Oh my
Jesus.
God.
Yeah, didn't think that. That's not a higher or lower.
Yeah,
by
the player pick 'em for
Not
higher or lower on underdog is a blast.
That's so hard on a higher or lower. That's why I go to baseball. I can't wait for baseball because it's the pitch count. Higher or lower.
But it's not hard to do. It's just hard to think of.
Yes, but what happens is you overthink it. That's what I always do. I overthink the shots. Well, this guy, and he's playing against this, and they're going to get power play. And I just don't think that hard. Just push the button.
And that's why it's so fun sometimes to do the daily drafts, because like the way they project out the points for some of these players, I feel like we did a draft once, and what was it? Connor Ingram was the highest rated person in the draft, and I was thinking,
but Connor Ingram,
like when you watch hockey, you're like, what? It can't be
Saul
him.
drafted him first because he doesn't know what he was doing.
Yeah, and he won. So sometimes
because of Connor.
Sometimes it's more fun to just be mindless about it, and that's why I really like the daily fantasy aspects of Underdog. So try it out; it's a blast. It's super easy to use, super easy to get started. Go to underdogfantasy.com or download the app. Sign up with the code PHNX, and Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100.
And it is easy and it is fun.
It is very easy.
Can I say one thing first, because the chat has kind of gone sideways about it?
About the jersey leaks?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about it much today.
No, we'll probably talk about it more tomorrow.
There's a pretty good chance we're going to talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah, we haven't had like time to sit and talk about it yet. So tomorrow we have.
Tomorrow we will address it when it's
an
officially official. We will talk about it. And to Ogie Oglethorpe's HK. Like
but it's
HK.
fun.
But we will be talking about it. HK. Whatever. As long as they're all wearing the exact same jersey when they play.
I will say the pants that Craig tweeted
with
out.
the cactus.
Money. Oh, they were cool.
No, I agree. Yeah. I don't know how I feel. I've never talked so much about jerseys until I came here, and we talk about it a lot. I don't know. They're fine. They all match. As long as I don't know. They're okay. I saw the Buffalo Sabres wearing all white today. White pants, white gloves.
I know. That was wild. And they lost.
Sorry,
did lose. Sean.
So anyway, we'll talk about jerseys tomorrow, apparently.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm excited for tomorrow.
Because no one has seen them.
It feels like all of our shows are post-game shows, so it's so nice like to once a week we get to just sit down and talk about everything going on. So I'm excited to talk some Caps and talk some Ovi and preview Thursday's game.
Sure.
It'll be a lot of fun. Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Coyotes. This was kind of the game that we circled as a potential win, and we were correct on that one, but then it's
trouble.
Tough for the next few.
They might have wins against Anaheim, but don't win. Don't win for the next, I don't know how many days. Yes,
10?
don't.
No.
Well, this is it.
Well, this is it until the All-Star break.
Yes.
Yeah.
O for All-Star.
O for All-Star. I like it. New campaign. Washington Thursday, in Dallas Saturday, back home Sunday for Vegas. Tuesday at home against Anaheim, Thursday at home against St. Louis, Saturday back in Anaheim for that 8:30 start, the last NHL game of Saturday night before the All-Star break.
Schedule makers, boo.
Boo, Gary.
It's a Saturday, for God's sake. They can play at 3.
I know.
Buddy, let's
Maybe
go.
It'll be one of those, you know how like sometimes NHL will just randomly like,
change the game.
Change the game time?
Change the game. Change that one. Random. Like make it noon.
Please.
There's nobody's going to complain to that game being at noon. The Ducks and Coyotes aren't going to care. Play at noon.
Please.
Can we talk about one more thing because it's about me?
Yes.
Well, what happened to the keys of the game?
We didn't get to them yet.
What do you mean yet? There's like we're wrapping up.
Them over right now. What do you mean?
You're wrapping up.
Yeah, let's look at the keys. Of the game.
You're wrapping up the goddamn show, and I haven't done my keys of the game yet. This is the only thing I get paid for.
You get paid per key that the Coyotes
key to the
follow.
game. Exactly. Breakout wasn't a problem. I didn't think they had a problem. Well, yeah, they did. They couldn't get out of their zone because they turned the puck over too much. Quick start. Nope, that didn't work. Transition, capitalize on the turnovers. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I think they sucked on all of them, but they still win the game. So it doesn't really matter. Shows, I know nothing about this game. Do that hockey. Okay, thank you. Appreciate you.
Sorry, Sean and I were just losing it. We were laughing at you.
That's okay. You're laughing with me.
Yeah.
I was just so thrown off by the sudden.
I know. You sit there and you study and watch all this film, and then they do that. So.
And then we do that?
No, they do that on the keys.
I hope
so what you do when you do the keys, you want the things to happen that happened in the keys. You go, oh, see, I was right.
You're usually right on the money, I will say. I bet you one of the keys Thursday is going to be something like Stop Ovi.
I would think the power play, don't let Ovechkin on the power play. Pretty sure that's going to be a key. That will be a key.
Yeah.
Telling you right now, T's and the keys.
T's and the keys.
T's and the keys.
Love it. Love it. R.I.P. Petey's keys.
Yeah, I know.
Cemetery
I like
keys.
Caleb. Petey drank so much that he tried to take his keys. Caleb. Takes one to know one.
I can't. All right, let's take a look at the punch card, which, as somebody, I think it was Charles actually in the Discord mentioned, it was ruined.
Ruined
It was
too.
almost a red line. I'm so upset.
Can I make a confession?
Yes.
I made the loss punch card.
You did.
Is this your fault, Sean?
It
When
is.
did you make it? Tell me.
Third period?
Third period when it was 3-1.
Buddy. Right when it's 3-1?
Sean!
So I didn't export it, but I had made, I changed the color of the star, I put the stamp and everything. I'm like, I should wait. There's more time than I realized, and sure enough.
Oh.
Sorry, y'all.
Okay, well, so now we've agreed that this is Sean's fault. I like this comment from Ethan. PD Sai is my Coyotes fandom North Star. I love it so much. And Scott, there's actually nothing on the back of this hoodie. It's just black with this white
With the PHNX
logo
flag.
and the
And the
it's a
string
really,
ties.
I
I like it.
I love a black hoodie. It's
I
so
like it.
comfy too.
I will say the hoodies, money. I like the PHNX script one too.
Jonathan.
It's just Jonathan.
I love it so much. Oh my goodness. Well, plenty. If you want to see Ovi in person, I mean, we're going to be talking a lot of Ovi tomorrow and a lot of Ovi, I'm sure, on our post-game show on Thursday.
Yes.
You can see him in person. You can see him
Yes.
as close as the 13th row, which is the furthest you will be from him if you go to the game on Thursday. So get your tickets on Game Time. Check on Thursday. Check just a couple hours before puck drop. That's where they will be the cheapest on Game Time. Save up to 60% when you buy your tickets last minute on Game Time. And the best way to support us is by buying your tickets through the link below in our description. So definitely get those. It's going to, he's only going to, who knows how long he's going to play, but he's not going to play forever. Let's just say that. And to get the chance to not only see him, but see him in the Mullett Arena environment is really cool. So it's a can't miss opportunity. Definitely do it. And when Obi does retire, if he wants to get a nice vacation home here in Scottsdale, and why wouldn't he? Paradise Valley, maybe. I'll help him furnish his house. I'll hook him up with some more furniture, and he can furnish the whole place, get all the recliners he wants. And if you want to furnish your home or your office, check out More Furniture. They have the best furniture in the Valley. Head on over to morefurniture.com. That's MOR furniture.com to get some awesome new furniture. You're looking at the Game Time prices?
I am. On Clayton Collar bobblehead night against
They've had some really good
Minnesota
giveaways
Wild
this year.
They're 108, but there are Ovi tickets still there.
Yeah, and they'll be cheaper as it gets closer if you can
wait.
I will say, I do have to give the Coyotes credit. The giveaways this year have been awesome.
They've been great.
They've
The
been
orange
hat. I almost said
what do you
hoodies.
call them? Beanies.
Yep. And today I think they had.
We never called it a beanie in my
night,
life, by the way. It's
like
a hat.
what's it called? A pennant. They gave away pennants tonight. That was really cool. Yeah, like really cool ones.
Oh yeah.
So they've been doing a great
Craig
job.
got those
They've
for
been
us,
doing
too.
a great job. with
Camo
those.
Kachina hat coming up.
Ooh,
Is our next giveaway on the 24th against the Ducks.
nice.
Yeah, we
All
need
right.
that too.
Yeah, we need it all. PD, any final thoughts before we head out?
No, it's a win, and they stopped the streak. They're all happy. They got to enjoy the win. Okay, but enough. A lot of good individual. The boogeyman, yes, please, boy, howdy. He was on fuego tonight. So good for him. Ingram, great. It's a win.
It literally is a win. We're
Don't
not just
do it
saying
again.
it's a win.
No, they're going to have their hands full against Ovechkin and the Washington Capitals. That team needs a win, too. They're fighting for their playoff lives. They got to win. That is going to be a much tougher game with a much more talented hockey team. They need to be ready to play. They need to be ready to play in the first period that I don't think they were ready for tonight, unless they get goaltending like that. So let's enjoy this one for the next 24 hours and big win.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate you all for being here live with us in the chat. Again, like this video, whether you're watching live or after. If you're listening on audio, like, subscribe, leave us a review there as well. And be sure to subscribe to the PHNX Sports YouTube channel. We'll be here back again tomorrow live at 11 a.m. To talk some Caps, to talk some jerseys and to talk some other fun stuff that I will not disclose at this time. But it's going to be a lot of fun. So join us there tomorrow. You can follow us on Twitter at Leah Merrill, at SPetersHockey, at Craig S. Morgan, at Sean_DePaz. Follow PHNX Sports across all the social platforms. And of course, follow at PHNX_Coyotes on Twitter. We appreciate your support, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your night, and we'll see everyone tomorrow.